what is your sense of why there is Purdy doubt? And I'd love, you're right there. I mean, you must hear the conversations nonstop, but what's your 2 cents on that, Matt?
You know what? It's a great question. And I think it goes back to where he was drafted. I think a lot of people look at the draft as just being a very black and white thing as far as, the best players are chosen first, the worst players are the last guys. So I think there's just a lot of skepticism to see that a quarterback of all positions can be selected with the final pick in the draft at number 262 and then become a legitimate player in the league. So I think it just really goes back to the pre-draft process and where he was selected. And if 32 teams passed on him at least, 6 times, including the 49ers, the 49ers get a lot of credit for this great draft pick. Well, if they thought he was that good, they wouldn't have waited until 262. So I just think it's, he's just unassuming. He looks, he throws his backpack on and comes into the facility. He looks like he's, going to geometry class or something. So I think all those things, just the way he looks, he's unassuming, where he was drafted, he looks just like a regular dude. And I think people want to see a quarterback who stands, 6'5", and, they want to see, I guess, Josh Allen or Joe Burrow or Patrick Mahomes. And he doesn't look like that. He just produces.
Yeah, I guess he's going to finance class now, right, Matt?
He is. He is.
Is there any conversation behind the scenes about his demeanor changing, more ownership? Now that he's been paid, he's now a paid guy, and this is clearly his team, and the team has clearly put their thumb on the scale by putting all that cash on the scale. Any conversation behind the scenes of him already having a different sense about himself, Matt?
100%. Yes. From what I understand, his voice is being heard a lot more in that facility. Through the negotiating part of this, he was still, he came to the offseason program. He was there day one. And I think he has all indications are inside the locker room and setting the tone with the young guys that he is speaking up more and he's being more of a leader. And that's kind of the license the 49ers gave him with that contract, is that now it's your team, no questions. There's Mac Jones isn't going to be taking your job like some people, I think, opined when they first signed him. It's his team, and now he can really kind of put his stamp on this team and become a leader. Even more than he had been.
I got to tell you, when I saw Mac Jones sign there, Matt, I just thought that this is just, he wants to be in the Sam Darnold position. Like, rehabilitate me, show me what you know, let me now go somewhere else and go kill it. It's sort of like, for the lack of a better phrase, like the Ohio State quarterback room. You know what I mean? Like the person who's number 2 winds up going somewhere else, whether it's Burrow or Quinn Ewers or, Kyle McCord. You go to a spot that teaches you how to play quarterback, and it looks like the Niners are that version in the NFL right now,
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think it is, it is a place to be. And there are a lot of backup quarterbacks kind of sprinkled around the NFL who have been in that building. And as you mentioned, a significant starter as well.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show live weekdays from 12 to 3 p.m. Eastern on Roku Sports Channel in the U.S.